नमस्कार। जी फाइल्स बिग डिबेट में आप सबका स्वागत है। आज हम आसाम की चर्चा करेंगे। आसाम लोकसभा चुनाव की चर्चा करेंगे। आसाम में 14 लोकसभा की सीटें हैं और 126 विधानसभा की सीटें हैं। हेमंत बिस्वा शर्मा वहां मुख्यमंत्री हैं, उनका बहुमत है और सरकार वो चला रहे हैं। असम लोकसभा की 14 सीटों में जो तीसरा चरण है जो होने जा रहा है वो 7 मई को है, यानी कि लगभग 4 दिन बाद। लेकिन इस चुनाव में क्या होगा, पहले और 2 चरण हो चुके हैं। आसाम की जो रिपोर्ट आ रही है वहां हर सीट पर लगभग मल्ल युद्ध की स्थिति है, यानी कि आमने सामने बड़ी टफ फाइट है। और आसाम में 35% के करीब मुसलमान हैं। वो कहां वोट डालेंगे कहां नहीं डालेंगे किसी को नहीं मालूम है। क्या ये चुनाव हिंदू बनाम मुसलमान के रूप में लड़ा जा रहा है आसाम में, या हेमंत बिस्वा शर्मा की प्रतिष्ठा पे लड़ा जा रहा है, या नरेंद्र मोदी की आन बान शान के लिए लड़ा जा रहा है? इस पूरे मामले पर चर्चा करेंगे हम कि 14 की 14 सीटों में कितनी सीटें भारतीय जनता पार्टी को मिलने वाली हैं और कांग्रेस को मिलने वाली हैं। हमारे साथ 2 अनुभवी पत्रकार हमारे बीच में हैं। मृणाल तालुकदार साहब हैं जो क्या गुवाहाटी से ही हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं, और रवि डेका साहब हैं जो कि आसाम के मामलों के जानकार हैं, हमारे जी फाइल्स के सब्सक्राइबर भी राइटर भी हैं। आप दोनों का स्वागत है हमारे इस कार्यक्रम में। तो बातचीत की शुरुआत जो है मृणाल जी, आप ही से करेंगे हम लोग, कि आप मेरे को बताएं कि एक तो आसाम में डिलिमिटेशन का इशू है, सीए का इशू है, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट का इशू है, मेजर इश्यूज हैं। क्या वास्तव में इन इश्यूज पे चुनाव होने जा रहा है या नहीं होने जा रहा है?
Thank you very much, Mr. Tyagi, for inviting me to this program. My takes all these issues and all these questions will be a little different.
Yeah.
I think that none of the issues are getting any effect on the ground on the first 2 phases. Unlike rest of India, this is a very inclusive election, not an exclusive election. Inclusive means in rest of India is Hindu Muslim. But in Assam, completely opposite. Despite having 35% of Muslims, in an extremely inclusive election, जहाँ में बीजेपी का नेता जब इवनिंग का टाइम में कैनवासिंग होता है उस टाइम में नमाज पढ़ने के लिए वो लोग रुक जाता है। कैन यू इमेजिन इन इंडिया बीजेपी politician, top politician, stopping his speech during the namaz, evening namaz? ये तो हो नहीं सकता है रेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया में, लेकिन असम में हो रहा है. So that's why it's very inclusive thing. It's a very different social engineering BJP has done. So ये completely contrast है it rest of India. Rest of India में हिंदू मुसलमान है, यहाँ में लेकिन it is not there. BJP has totally turned it upside down, and BJP is courting Muslims, especially the immigrant Muslim votes of the phase 2 and phase 3 so brazenly, so openly. पहले चरण का जो असम का वोटर था उसके लिए थोड़ा विश्वास करने के लिए प्रॉब्लम हो गया। इज द सेम बीजेपी व्हिच वाज आफ्टर मुस्लिम फॉर सो मच, बट ड्यूरिंग दिस इलेक्शन अब नरेंद्र मोदी जो बोल रहे हैं रेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया में, बाकी लोग जो बोल रहे हैं उसका कंप्लीटली ऑपोजिट इज हैपनिंग इन असम। मिस्टर त्यागी
जी जी आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं? यू आर सेइंग समथिंग।
Now that all these issues which are there on papers like Ka delimitation, they are definitely not issue. Ka is not a mass issue anymore. It's a very pocket-based thing. It is no longer. Is basically we journalists love to write on that. It's on the ground. Nobody did a damn about Ka. Nobody did talk about delimitation. It is all simple. हमको क्या मिल रहा है?
उस पे आते हैं. Then we will come to that. Then let us understand from Ravi Deka. Ravi,
I must add something interesting here.
Yeah.
Again, like rest of India, I have found that it is my own perceptions. It may be wrong. I may be proven wrong, and I can accept that if I am proven wrong. That male Hindu caste Hindu middle class Assamese like me, caste Hindu middle class Assamese Hindu male are now increasingly leaving BJP's side. That is why you see in Upper Assam, You see in Nagaon, again same thing is going to be repeated in Guwahati. The male, the basically caste Hindu male, which was supposed to be definitely last two election was very much with the side of BJP. Islam is increasingly BJP ka saath chho raha hai, but they are compensated by a strong, जो आप हिंदी में बोलते हैं पकड़ on the rural women of all religion and the immigrant Muslim. Immigrant Muslim are never supposed to be BJP's supporters or BJP's side, but today I believe that not 10, not 15, maybe about 20% of Muslim, immigrant Muslim, which is very shocking figure, are actually supporting openly to the BJP because they, historically, the immigrant Muslim community goes with the power. They need protection. Whoever gives them protection, they are inside with that. So they have found out that despite the rhetorics, which is basically for the sentiments of Upper Assam, to please the sentiment of Upper Assam people, Himanta Biswa Sharma and his Koteri and his all these people are speaking. They used to speak, but election time at 20, maybe 20. In Nagaon, I think, or in Karimganj, I think more. About 25% people had actually voted in favor of BJP, and that's why the result is very interesting. It's not that no, आपका जो headline है no बचा पाएंगे कि नहीं. I think I will say that BJP at this moment is very comfortable zone, despite the fact that people like us, who are Hindu, caste Hindu, middle class, are increasingly going away from the BJP in Assam, especially in Upper Assam, especially in urban areas.
So you have initially given me the hint that the BJP is in a comfortable position right now, as far as you
because of the additional immigrant Muslim support which they were not supposed to get, that as well as the entire women folk, because of this all those जो बोलता है ना, all the benefit schemes and everything, the women folks are voting for them.
Yeah, and let us hear from Ravi Deka. What do you say? What the Mrinal sir has said.
I have to agree with everything which Mrinal has said so far.
Yeah.
I mean, to each and every word. He is a journalist, active journalist, so he will be more in the know. I'm more of an observer.
Yeah.
In Assam, these have been the most lackluster elections that I have ever seen. Lok Sabha elections. I mean, there is the degree of disinterest of the urban population is amazing. I mean, people are really not bothered. The only people who are bothered is the rural populace. The rural populace is not colored with any religious agenda or political agenda. It's all about freebies. It's pure opportunism. These elections are in Assam, even though we have, I'd like to always give an example. In Uttar Pradesh, we have Yogi, who can win without being a part of the BJP. Here we have the power dynamics, a very different people, very different politics, very different agenda, I mean, very different issues. But here we have the power dynamics of Himanta Biswa Sharma and his group. Today, he is a person who is a Machiavellian politician who has his own power center. He has joined BJP. He even made a few, I mean, once in a while, Hindutva sound bites. Nobody's really bought it. And here it's all about the rural populace is what we are going to get. The urban populace, I have to agree with Mrinal. I mean, even those people who were taken away with the sway of the initial 2014 internal, I mean, nationalistic politics, I'll not call it Hindutva politics, have been completely disillusioned with the way things have been going. So the Bhakt population is really, it's almost non-existent in Assam today. People have been actively looking. We have been having a mad rush of infrastructure constructions, bridges. I mean, 4 bridges on the Brahmaputra in Guwahati. I mean, it's in the vicinity, which is like absolutely absurd bridges, over bridges from nowhere to nowhere, all in the name of development. But then again, people always know why this development is taking place. So it's all about power politics of a certain group of people who want to stay. It's basically Himanta Biswa Sharma who's aligned with him. In Upper Assam, openly, I don't want a libel suit against me, but they're like, a prominent candidate who is contesting against BJP is considered to be a proxy appointed by Himanta Biswa Sharma because he doesn't want that a very strong another political, a BJP person to win. That's what I've been hearing virtually from the horse's mouth. Not the house, but the horse which is on the side of it. Same thing is when you talk about the Priyanka Gandhi talking about Ajmal being hand in gloves with Himanta Biswa Sharma. Maybe I might have made a few headlines recently, but that is what has been talked about since, say, last half a decade, where you had the Boro Muslim clashes, and it was all supposed to be, orchestrated. Of course, I don't have any evidence, but I'm talking about the popular opinion, the political grapevine. So, does Rocky Bull have a chance in Dhubri? Difficult to say. Why? Because he doesn't have a very good track record of his earlier as a tenure as an MLA and forest minister. Another important thing which has been also that opportunism which Mrinal has mentioned, which is very much true. People are reluctant to vote for an opposition party because they may have absolutely no connection with BJP. Muslims voting for BJP, not because of any other reason except for blatant opportunism. Because if it is the MLA is from the MP is from the ruling party in the center, and it's all the way not only in Lok Sabha, even in Panchayat elections, people have been voting for BJP. Why? Because it is the party in power, and it's the party in power in center, party in power in the state. So as long as we are voting for the same set of people, our freebie pipeline doesn't stop. Or our schemes, I'll not call it freebies, necessarily the schemes don't stop. The money doesn't stop. So we may as well as vote for BJP. There is no Hindutva-vadi politics. There is no Modi ke guarantee or anything. None of those catch slogans mean anything except for hame kya milega. And that has been what has been deciding these elections.
Ravi, that is a very good point, that hame kya milega, but in the given circumstances, Ajmal is there, Priyanka is speaking against Ajmal. There is 35% votes of the Muslims. And Manalji, do you think that the Ajmal will play a very vital role in the state elections, our parliamentary elections? Will he himself be able to win the election this time?
Ajmal has taught. He is also one. He has very deep pockets. Number two, he is not an enemy. No matter about the rhetoric in public, he is pretty friendly with Mr. Himanta Biswa Sharma and his group. He is not a threat to him. As for his party, does it stand in some ways to create a schism in the Assamese society? No. They are there. They are a vote bank. As long as he and his party play ball with Mr. Himanta Biswa Sharma's group, he would be the preferred candidate than his own BJP person. Because in Vidhan Sabha, it plays a big difference, because there it is the question of the number game in the state legislature. In the center, it takes, because we don't, in a state like UP, where you have a huge number of MPs, it makes a big difference. How many MPs do we have? We don't make the weather on the national level. So it is like consolidating your power base over here, and you have all sorts of allies. So what, you pour rubbish on each other in public? Internally, it is very convenient. Rather to have an internal enemy from the same party sitting there and mucking up the water in Delhi. So rather to have a known devil who may be in the opposite camp, but with whom you have an understanding.
No, that's right. Let me ask Mrinal sir. Mrinal sir, you tell me about the Ajmal Khan politics and its impact, particularly in the parliamentary election.
Except Madhuddin Ajmal, his own seat of Dhubri, AUDF and Ajmal's people are already finished. they have no role to play. In Assam, they were mostly deployed by BJP to cut into India alliance vote. That's the role they played substantially well in Nagaon and also in Karimganj. But as a party, as a future, they are gone. They are no longer the immigrant Muslim, as I said in my previous reply, they always look for somebody to protect them. And AUG at one point of time were thought as their possible protector, and they realize it is not the case. So either they have to go to India Alliance, that means Congress, or some of them have to go to BJP. The most opportunist people of the immigrant Muslim community, which I consider about 20% of them, will go or already had gone to the BJP. So in that case, now the whole thing hangs only on the Azmal's own seat, that is in Dhubri. At this moment, he is trailing, but I must admit that he has the infrastructure to win an election better than Congress at any given point of time. So right now, the definitely flow is in favor of Congress, but I will not be surprised at all if Azmal makes a last minute, last home stretch or next 4 days at a better player, because he has the great infrastructure which he had built to win an election over last 2 terms. And having said that, I must also say one thing. I am looking the whole politics beyond this election. This election is, the question is whether 9, 10, 11, 12 hoga ki nahi. More or less, we have all this understand it is 12 pass or definitely BJP in the higher side. But question is that this election has changed the dynamics of Assam's politics forever. One, how? BJP's core strength so far was the caste Hindu people, especially those who are supposed to be quote unquote Assamese people like Ravi Deka and me. We speak Assamese. We are Hindus. These were BJP's basic strength. That people are no longer with them right now. They are increasingly leaving. They do not like somebody that don't like BJP's politics. Somebody do not like Hindu ideology. Somebody do not like Modi. But the strength, BJP is surviving in that area because the women folk are with them. Increasingly, you meet people openly. BJP is being criticized. Openly, people are not voting. That happened in Dibrugarh. That happened in Jorhat, pronounced, and that happened in Nagaon also. Nagaon was a different factor because Nagaon's BJP's candidate has a very past bad criminal record, so outstandingly he is bad. But again, power dynamics is definitely there. Number 2 is a Gaurav factor. Assam had never seen a strong politician like parliamentary like him for a very long time. We used to hear about stories about Han Burua. We never saw him because there was no live television, no radio. It was all news reporting. But we saw, every Assamese saw how Gaurav performed inside the parliament so brilliantly because of his advantage in both Hindi and English, which most of the Assamese people, Assamese parliamentarians over the decades, they cannot speak. Neither they are proficient in Hindi nor they are in English. Those who bolna hi nahi aata hai. But Gaurav did it very well. So Gaurav became a symbol. So now take the case of Gaurav. Gaurav winning, big factor. Even if Gaurav loses, the BJP had done a cardinal mistake of mobilizing the entire strength of state BJP to defeat him. If he wins, BJP is gone in Upper Assam. If he loses also, but by going after him and mobilize the entire strength after him, they had accepted and created a very massive opposition leader called Gaurav Gogoi, even if he defeats. So, in foreseeable future, Himanta Biswa Sharma has a direct opponent in remaining periods of his political career, and both are almost similar age group, although Gaurav is junior, but no politician would love to have that kind of a scenario. Inside BJP, politicians are admitting in front of me that they had made a mistake by going after making him so hero. So now if he wins, then the big things. If he loses, then also he's an undisputed and accepted leader of Congress as well as the Upper Assam and Guwahatis and all urban Hindus as a kind of a protagonist. But these two is an unsettling thing for BJP for future endeavors. This election, they have advantage. They have nicely polarized first the Hindus in Upper Assam, and then they have repolarized and redid the social strength and the engineering to go after the BJP, Muslims. So it is generally, if you from the outside, from North India, this is not that. You do not think of love jihad here. Nobody will talk bad thing about thing. As I told you, नॉर्थ इंडिया में पॉसिबल नहीं है। एक बीजेपी का पॉलिटिशियन डायस में बहुत मांग रहा है, इसी टाइम में बगल वाला मस्जिद का अजान आ गया है, he stops it for 5 minutes, allow the अजान and नमाज to go and then he resumes speeches. ये कभी नहीं हो सकता है उस नॉर्थ इंडिया में, लेकिन असम में it is now happening and media and social media, they are allowed to propagate it. So that's their agenda. So that is what I'm telling you. Something very interesting happening in Assam, which you do not saw not even in nearby Bengal, definitely not in Bihar and UP. Yes, over to you, sir.
You wanted to say regarding Saurav Ganguly, sorry, Gaurav Gogoi, that the BJP is preparing a dish, even if they are not able to cook the biryani, but the people can have the non-veg taste better than the biryani, because that is the way how I look, as per your interpretation. But Ravi, you tell me the impact of the Rahul Gandhi yatra, which has been there, and Himanta Biswa Sharma was very
I don't think there
vociferous.
was any impact per se, except that it showed. I mean, Rahul Gandhi's yatra, whether it had any impact anywhere in the country, it's a big question. Except maybe he had a very good time
No,
and
no,
had a
he
good
tried.
understanding of the
Here I
country.
disagree with you.
No.
On Assam, he may not
In
have any
Assam,
impact, but rest of the country, he had an
no.
impact.
Now I'll tell you what is the main thing which is in Assam. I don't think that poor man had so many problems and so many cases and so many, I mean, blockages put in front of him. But I will assume by Mr. Himanta Biswa Sharma only, because he seems to have an axe to grind over being snubbed, what he perceived as being snubbed. First by his mother by not making him CM when he first came allegedly to offer that Mr. Tarun Gogoi be made the vice president so that the seat of the CM becomes clean when he was a congressee at that point of time. And then what I read in the media, what he claimed that Rahul Gandhi was more interested in feeding biscuits to his dog than to listen to the issues of Assam. So that talks about, I mean, very petty vendetta or malice. So Rahul Gandhi's yatra in Assam was only peppered with how much problems the state administration was creating in at every step. It was not about polarizing people. It's not about making Congress stronger or making eroding BJP's support. It was the only thing that made to the news is how much the state administration was pressed into harassing him at every step. And
No, but
obviously, the state administration.
you tell me, you are saying Mrinal sir, something. Yeah.
I just want to add on one thing. The first line, what he said, I entirely agree. Rahul Gandhi's Jatra has no impact, zero impact. But the thing is that why then opposition and Congress is getting so much of support, despite they have no agendas. 80%, almost 60% of their leadership had gone to BJP just before the election. They don't have money. They don't have any organizational strength. But why then BJP is facing so much of problem? BJP ideally or
I
expectedly
think,
one. And let me finish it.
uh,
The thing is that
yeah.
no, Ravi, let me finish it. So what happened?
Sure.
This complete arrogance of the BJP of is bar 400 par, number one. Number two, all small Tom, Dick and Harry of Congress switched side to BJP just before the election was announced. And thirdly, that Hindu Musalman, that divide, which BJP always creates, these three things, along with the price rise and all other factors, not NRC or anything, but this kind of thing, has actually helped the educated, rational Hindu middle class to actually go strongly after BJP this time. The BJP are not comfortable anymore. Invisibly, the people who can speak, who writes in social media, who talks in front of television, who writes and comment anywhere, whose voices are visible, they are hugely anti-BJP. If you come normally to the Assam or walk into the state, you will see an anti-BJP mood. But still, I am saying BJP is in a comfortable position to win. That same
No,
thing was not there 6 months back. But it is now is visibly there is an anti-BJP mood in the urban areas because because they speak, they write in television, sorry, they write in social media. So if you see the social media is purely anti-BJP. But still, I am telling that they are still in a comfortable position because this loss has been compensated by the immigrant Muslim community, and they are doing in numbers that's high. And definitely, BJP has a very strong pucker on the women folk. That is why.
No,
If you talk to any any people on the road in Upper Assam, they will say that Gaurav Gogoi is going to win. They will also try to even say that even Sonowal will have a very strong contest in Dibrugarh. And according to them, Nagaon definitely BJP is losing. And they will also like to say that even Dhubri they will be losing. But I am not so easy. I'm not going with them so easily because there are lots of calculation, permanent competition. But I'm still saying that BJP is no longer comfortable in Assam in future because their core structure has been shaken. So they will have to now again work hard because and now from now onward they cannot go for Hindu Muslim because way they have gone after the Muslim in this election. So people will not believe, they will not accept if they once again bring in anti-Muslim rhetorics just after the election. Thank you.
Mrinal sir, you are talking about future. The present leadership of the BJP is not worried about the future. They are more concerned about this election. There is an old saying, कौन जीता है तेरी जुल्फ के सुर्खोने तक खाक हो जाएंगे. पूरा शेर है. मैं Ravi, I'll come to you. I just want to know what the Congress has done the mistake. As Mrinal sir has said, though they have not done anything, but there is an anger among the masses towards the BJP because of the hard Hindutva, arrogance, and other things. Still, the Congress has the vote bank, but they are not in a position to win the election. Why this is so? What is this inconsistency?
It is difficult to displace a strongly entrenched. First and foremost, we must understand that BJP government in Assam, except for Silchar and Kachar areas, is not a Hindutva party. It's a party of opportunists, opportunistic politicians who nowadays are there in BJP and tomorrow they may be AGP. Suddenly Hindutva takes a backseat and says, we are Assam for Assamese and we are for Assamese identity and AGP is our local party and we have all joined AGP. Believe me, nobody in Assam is going to be surprised when that going to. And suddenly, they will revive the party. And the faces which were earlier there in Congress, now in BJP, and in the next Lok Sabha elections, for all you know, they may be AJP. So the Hindutva Wadi, Hindu Khatre mein hai, as idiotic as it sounds, love jihad, and all these issues which dominate the cow belt have mostly been known issues in Assam. There is, yes, the Bengali speaking Hindu group of Silchar Kachar areas. There are pockets which are significantly colorized and saffronized. But even there, ultimately, people who are elected are those who perform. So, whether they will be only voting for them because they are BJP walas or old school BJP people, these elections might be very challenging for them. So it is not about what has Congress done wrong. It is rather what has BJP done wrong, which is going to make an outcome for these elections. Like in Guwahati, both the candidates has everybody just shrugging their shoulders and raising their eyebrows and saying, who are they? Pretty much whoever I have asked around who are those candidates, I have no clue who are those. Neither the BJP candidate, neither the Congress candidate. So here it is going to be a purely two known entities have been given a ticket and the people will actually vote. Either the WhatsApp university uncle aunties who vote for BJP, they will vote for BJP, because they have no idea who they are voting for. And those who are fed up with BJP and says enough of this nonsense, they will vote for the who else is there. I mean, rather than vote for an independent, well, we may as well as vote for.
You have pointed out a very pertinent question. Let me ask Mrinal sir, do you think, sir, rather earlier we used to have a normal election that people used to go to the voters on jeeps, posters, mics. This has been undone now. Do you think the technology has taken over the election in Assam too, and people are candidates especially are believing in or approaching the voters through WhatsApp University or the Facebook University or the Twitter University, or there is a physical contact still available there? The people meet there to the candidate. What is the scenario in the Assam?
Yeah, my answer is that yes, definitely Assam is not far behind as far as technological inputs is concerned. So BJP is way ahead in using the digital technology in a very strong way. They have that. But the Congress and opposition has gone for a very smart move. The smart move is that, in especially after the successful implementation of that model in Jorhat, that is being replicated almost all other constituencies where the Congress and opposition are strong. That is a localized election. In Jorhat, in Nagaon, in Guwahati, and in Dhubri, it is a localized election. There is no national issue, has got nothing. Modi is not a factor at all. Do जिसको मोदी पसंद है जिसको हिंदू पसंद है but basically a very localized election. WhatsApp uncle auntie का forward तो चलता ही रहता है. There is no doubt about it. You have a penetration up to 95% in Assam as far as mobile is concerned. But BJP is in a very high voltage, high octane things. But in contrast, opposition का पैसा भी तो नहीं है इतना. So they are going to door physical kind of, especially in Guwahati. That has brought in a lot of sympathy for Meera Thakur, who is much vocal and intelligent. She has a much more visibility than the BJP's candidate. BJP's candidates, even I do not know. I have never spoken to her nor seen her. She's supposed to be my deputy mayor once time, but maybe a default case. So she had. I must have only heard a one full sentence only day before yesterday, that too in some television interviews, but she has refused to come to my own show. So I will say that Congress, maybe for money, maybe manpower, they are going for a man-to-man contact, but that thing, what they are doing, is being again amplified through digital media. Otherwise, how will I come to know? I have not gone to and I have not met Congress people on the road, but I saw street corner meetings and in the morning walk. So this kind of campaigning is going on for the Congress. But the BJP is extremely organized, structured, and because BJP advantage, despite this strong anti-BJP feeling amongst the caste Hindu educated people, that their BJP's last mile league management is very, very good. That is why they are thinking that they are going to win in majority of the states of Assam using that technology of giving or bringing the people to the vote polling booths. Unlike rest of India, in Assam, pollings are very high. Always percentage are plus 80 plus. It's very high. But now in Lower Assam, these four constituencies will be even more higher. It will be not surprised if it costs around 82, 83% eventually. So it is very high, almost 15, 16% higher than rest of India. Rest of India has a high temperature issue. What I see in temperature, we will have a very pleasant about 31, 32 degree 20, 30 on Tuesday. So that way voting will be even more. In rest of India, it is 40%. 40%. So going all this thing, coming into shortly, yes, BJP has advantage, but Congress is also an alliance, has given a very good fight in four constituencies that are Jorhat, Nagaon, Karimganj, Guwahati, and Dhubri. Rest is easy cakewalk for BJP.
So you are saying, as per your statement, that there is a fight on the 6 to 7 seats in Assam.
Not six to seven seats. Yeah. I will say, I will not say, I'll say good fight in Jorhat, good fight in Nagaon. Jorhat, Nagaon are a very tight fight. BJP has accepted they are good fights, so very good fight. Opposition love to say that even Dibrugarh has a good fight, but I do not think Dibrugarh is that good a fight. But that's why I will be a little bit conservative on that. Guwahati, I expect some fight, but it has not. It is still 2 more days to go, 3 more days to go. Dhubri is good. Karimganj, yes, good for a fight, but Karimganj, I don't think Congress is going to win because there amongst the Muslim, there is a section called Maimol, who are basically the fishermen community. That fishermen community, just before the election, and they have been declared indigenous. They are almost 1.7 to 2 lakh people are there. They are fishermen community. Just before the election, has Himanta Biswa Sharma announced them as an indigenous, and they now see themselves as different from the immigrant Muslim community. And as a gratitude to that particular announcement, that 1.5 lakh, 2 lakh vote of Maimon community of Muslims are supposed to go to BJP. That is why I'm saying in BJP, Karimganj, I think it's not going to win. Sorry, Congress is not going to win, BJP is going to win.
Okay. Ravi, you were saying that there is some doubt in the victory of the Sarvanand Sonowal from Dibrugarh, and there are internal political dynamics within the BJP also, and people would like to see Sarvanand Sonowal to win. Is it going to be there, or as per Mrinal sir is saying?
See, yes, Mrinal rightly said that the opposition has been quite almost gung-ho as in Dibrugarh, but it's a wait and see kind of. He's adopted a wait and see. But yes, several BJP, heavyweights have been informally not allowed to campaign there by Mr. Sonowal's group. Say, no, thank you. We'll manage on our own. We don't need your help. Now, all those people who have been not sort of said you are persona non grata, or thank you, but no thank you, are people who are held to be very close to Mr. Himanta Biswa Sharma. So, and that's, I think, I don't need to, that's pretty much an open, that information is an open domain over there. So, he had been extremely guarded, Mr. Sonowal was extremely guarded in his campaign, saying, and let me do things my way and my group will handle everything and that's it. So the trust that he has more towards the center and the center BJP than towards the state BJP. That seemed to, there have been numerous incidences by people who have said that this is happening there, which only points, if there is no internal politics, at least there is a politics of distrust.
No, but you think that the present Chief Minister has been given, Himanta Biswa Sharma, has been given the free hand in the state by what I believe the in charge is Amit Shah. Do you think that he has been given free the freedom?
See, this time Himanta Biswa Sharma was still not Mr. Amit Shah's or Mr. Modi's favorite candidate for a chief ministership. He was given all sorts of lofty, oh, you are our, to-do person in Northeast, you are the head Northeast person, you are our most biggest asset in Northeast. But with all that, he had to really put his foot down and say he's CM's chair or else. And Mr. Sonowal was not very happy to vacate the CM's chair, and he only did it provided he says no minister of state, it has to be a cabinet ministership, otherwise I will not budge. And that's, let's face it, that was the reality of the last elections in Assam, Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha elections in Assam. And for people, we have the example of Mr. Manohar Parrikar, who after being made a central minister, was quickly told that be a good boy and please concern yourself not with Rafale but with pension files. And after some days, he just immediately came to go and became CM.
That is all right, but you see, as far as I got the feedback from the different people of the Assam, the illegal money collection is still there. the supari business, the wood business,
It's there
the
in every
other
state of the
businesses.
country.
No, but in
It's
Assam, there, every
no, no,
state
no,
of the
no.
country,
Assam
but
is child's
Assam is
play. People love to exaggerate Assam's situation, but as somebody who has worked across the country in multiple states and dealing with the government, sometimes at the highest levels and the state government people, I can say Assam is really not the worst. I will rather say Assam's bureaucracy leaves a lot to be desired, not in terms of uh, corruption, but in being inept, ineffective. And in fact, it is the IAS cadre of Assam which is much more corrupt than the state administration. And
no, no.
so that way, when
Let me
Assam
no, no. Let me ask. Let
kickbacks,
me ask. Let me ask Mrinal sir. Mrinal sir, you tell me. There is a rumor in Delhi that there is a strong collection centers there in Assam regarding the supari, wood, coal. Illegal mining business is still being controlled by the people who used to be the Ulfa supporters and other things. Still, they are active. Is it true? The things are being managed by them.
Leave out the alpha angle, but otherwise, definitely, I will say that BJP, for the BJP, Assam
Yeah.
is a good money pit.
Yeah, that is what I heard because the relationship between Himanta Biswa Sharma and which was reported to me between Amit Shah is very thick because of this business which has been alleged and reported by the media and different sections of the papers, and people are talking, even the bureaucrats are talking. Do you think that will strengthen the Hemanta Biswa Sharma in the days to come, or Hemanta Biswa Sharma's days are numbered? What do you think?
No, I think that definitely BJP, Himanta Biswa Sharma will remain a blue-eyed boy, or BJP is pin-up boys for another 5 years. But after that, but this election will throw up a new some at least two persons I see the big leader coming up.
Yeah,
So that one of them eventually may peep Himanta Biswa Sharma. It sounds may odd now for many of you, but I see if you look at the hierarchy at this moment, people talk about that in Delhi, Modi, Amit Shah, Yogi, Himanta Biswa Sharma. That is the basic line people all talk, laugh to talk. That means Himanta Biswa Sharma is number 4. Definitely, Mr. Yogi Adityanath do not like to have between Yogi Adityanath and Himanta Biswa Sharma. Definitely, there will be a rivalry. Now, leave out all these. That new boy is in the room. New boy or new elephant is in the. He is coming up, and look out for him. If he wins, that is something big, and that is called. His name is K. Annamalai. If K. Annamalai wins, come for Coimbatore, definitely he is going to win or anything. He will be a new pin-up boy for BJP, and that's why the Himanto's accent or all this question definitely will come with different, totally different pictures. Two-person, one is K. Annamalai, and second is Sushma Swaraj's daughter, Basuri Swaraj.
Bhaskari.
Look out for these two.
Yeah,
There's another lady whom I do not think will win. Right now, she is in social media. She is seen as a very funny character, but she is another third person who you look up called Madhavi Lota. Madhavi Lota is
yeah,
contesting against Owaisi in Hyderabad.
yeah,
These three, amongst them, K. Annamala has a greatest chance because he is from South India. He is from Tamil Nadu. BJP would love to go into Tamil Nadu. He will be projected as somebody big because he is from IPS character. IPS, his things are much better than any other. He is an IPS, so both in front of both Yogi Adityanath as well as Himanta Biswa Sharma, he is one person whom I consider Modi will promote. That will kill many birds at one stone. You can understand that being a political journalist. So I
yeah.
foresee that. So to Simanto's ups and downs is immaterial because if Annamalai goes out and if he comes in, the young first-time MP, getting a something like Minister of State for Home, and then being promoted to an independent service. Then next time and completely directly a home minister and think completely different things. So I will see Modi will have to have a successor in K. Annamalai, then rest.
So you are saying presuming right now that the Modi is going to form the government and there will
Yes,
not be a hung
I believe
parliament.
so.
No,
I
no,
don't
there
believe
is
so. I think BJP is going to form the government.
in Delhi there is a discussion going on, especially in North India, as the numbers of the BJP is not increasing in North Indian states and even not the static one. So the people are expecting and discussing that there will be a hung parliament because the BJP's numbers are not increasing and they
BJP,
will
see,
not.
BJP, it is not going to hang parliament. BJP's numbers are coming from West Bengal.
Not much, not much. I doubt because the North Bengal is the only center power center for the BJP, and
No,
which
I
they
don't
had the
doubt.
80. But
I
the
don't doubt.
Mamta will not allow. No, no, Mamta will not allow them to go to the South and the West Bengal. Where they will go? They don't have the cadre.
I understand, but BJP would do well. You just wait and see. That's my thinking. And they will maybe one of few, a couple of seats, not much in Tamil Nadu. So BJP is anything, because definitely BJP is not going to increase. Maximum they have reached in Madhya Pradesh, they have reached in Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. They have all reached. They will definitely will come
No,
down from that.
Manal sir, you are a very seasoned journalist. Rajasthan, they are not increasing because they
No,
have the maximum.
what I
They
saw,
are
what I
decreasing.
say. No, no, Mr.
Uh,
Yeah, you got me wrong. What I say that in
yeah,
Rajasthan, UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, they had already reached the peak. From there, they
yeah,
cannot go up. They can always come down.
yeah,
Rajasthan, definitely, they are not getting much shit this time.
yeah.
Even
Even in
UP also.
Haryana, even in Punjab also, they will not get what 2019 was the peak of the BJP as far as the
Yes.
North India is concerned. So where they will get the seats, nobody knows about it. The North
Another
India
thing,
discussion is yeah,
look at the BJP's condition. The Ram Mandir peaked at least 2 months earlier. They peaked ahead of the election. Ram Mandir is not giving any help to them. That is why they had to go for Ram Navami with this all funny kind of physics with this thing. That is for second. And now after 10 years of the government, the Prime Minister is talking about Mangal Sutra. ये क्या
yeah,
बात हुआ है? He's talking about
and
inheritance tax. So
yeah.
thing is that I can see what you're saying. In North India, they're not increasing, but definitely, but I don't have doubt that they will form not from the government. That's what, and I
Yeah,
expect them.
Ravi, Ravi, as Mr. Manal has
Just,
said,
just, just a minute, please.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Mr.
Yes,
Manal has
I'm
said, and
including.
you have also said, that the minority and especially the women here in Assam will vote for the BJP because of the security reasons and because that they think that the BJP can protect them well rather than the Congress party. So it's a blessing in disguise for the BJP rather doing anything for the welfare of the people. They are getting the votes. Is it true?
In some ways, yes.
Yeah.
Rather, it is about free. I mean, where women are concerned, it's about freebies only. I mean,
Okay.
that's it. It's not about protection for women as women. It's all about kya milega.
Hmm.
Muslim votes, yes, because let's face it, the Muslim population of India is one. It is frightened by the
Hmm.
last 10 years. They really see it as an existential threat for them, the
Hmm.
Hindutva politics. Number two, despite all the saffron propaganda about Hindu khatre mein hai, Muslims have time and time again shown themselves to be very pragmatic and resilient. And as any minority, so there have been always rebel rousers in history, in every group, in every minority. But on the whole, a minority feels, and the minority which feels threatened,
Hmm.
prefers to be complacent. Look at Gujarat. Look at post Godra Gujarat. You have got BJP. They are getting BJP is getting votes in Gujarat in Muslim pockets. Post Godra. Why? Because they don't want Godra to happen again. Which is
Yes.
actually completely going against the narrative of BJP and the Saffron Brigade. That Muslims are out to basically to convert everybody by the sword and rape all the Hindu women. Or whatever outlandish claim that most Muslims want to come home peacefully to their family and have their biryani or whatever they want to have. and know that their family, there won't be riots and their house or tailor shop will not be burned down. So if it comes down to you have to vote for BJP, yes, they will vote for BJP. No matter what their Molana says, no matter what some rebel rousing Haji says, most Muslim people, they are artisans, they are craftsmen, they are small petty businessmen, and believe me, they are people who pay the police, they pay the people who pay off the municipality, they are the people who pay off the local goods, and if it comes to their existential threat, they want to come home and see their homes are not burned down and tailor shop is not burned down or cycle shop. If it comes down to voting for BJP is going to give them that assurance, they do it. And it's not about Assam only, it's Assam, it's Gujarat, it's pan-India. Maybe there are pockets of UP which don't fall into that category, and now with Yogi, I think even that has changed. Because
no, that is absolutely right. So let me come to the last question because it's 50 minutes now. Mr. Mrinal, out of 14, because our question was that there in the program, will the BJP be able to retain 9 seats, or do you see the increase of the seats in Assam, that they will get 10 or 11 or 12? How many seats do you give to the BJP in the Assam?
I clearly see addition of 9 seats, more than 9 seats to BJP.
Maybe 10 or 11, you say? It means you are saying that except the Gaurav Gogoi, there are very few less candidates who can win the election, you want to say?
I agree that. Even Gaurav, in some time, I feel it's tight.
So it means that
90%, 95% of my friends and relatives are saying that he is winning, but still my calculation is that it is tighter than what people normally think. So I still go for the BJP, and I think definitely much more than 9. I will not be surprised if they go 13 also.
Do you believe in the EVM?
EVM?
Do you have a faith in the EVM?
I have whatsoever do not believe that EVM can be hacked. Or
Okay.
EVM things I do not believe. It is a very fundamentally wrong thing to ask and question, because it is not possible, because so many people are involved in so many different ways. You cannot do it.
Okay. That's very right. Ravi, what is your prediction? You just tell me, I will wind up the program.
I don't think there's going to be a marked difference, a marked increase. I don't see. It's a very, as I started off, it's a very lackluster election, and essentially whoever is going to vote has a fixed agenda why they are voting. There is no political agenda in this meeting, in this particular election. It is not about making a point that BJP wins. It's not about throw out these fellows, we are sick of them. I mean, there are no, elections in India, as I read somewhere very aptly written, is the biggest festival of India. They're the elections. And believe me, these festivals in Assam are a real damn squib. There is no festivity in the air. There's a very pragmatic way of just people going forward. डालना है, क्यों डाल रहे हो? पॉकेट का लेटरिन मिलेगा अगर हम उसको आएंगे.
No, that is the analysis. But I'm saying, do you see the increase in the seats or not?
I don't. I mean, I am probably not the best person. I am always an anti-establishment person, so I would always like to see the ruling power being put out, whether it's Congress or BJP. That's my personal sentiment.
Thank you, Ravi.
I think it's going to be still.
What you want is not the answer. He asking how much you will get. Give the answer. What I
think
personally want,
more or less a draw. I think it's going to a recreation of the previous one.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I said. I mean, probably.
You say that will be the status quo. The BJP will be able to save the 9 seats. You would say.
Probably.
Yeah. मृणाल साहब, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका, और रवि आपका भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। लेकिन मैं अपने दर्शकों से एक बात बताना चाहता हूं, देश में बड़ा हल्ला है कि हमारे वोट जो है 2 दिन बाद और 11 दिन बाद इलेक्शन कमीशन काउंट करके भेजा है। लेकिन एक सेफ्टी मेजरमेंट है जो हम मृणाल साहब और रवि डेका साहब से भी डिस्कस करेंगे, ताकि ये अपने राज्य में बताएं कि हर पोलिंग बूथ पर फॉर्म 17 मिलता है, जिसमें रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर को ये दर्ज करना होता है कि हर घंटे में कितना वोट पड़ा, और शाम को 6 बजे ये बताना होता है पोलिंग एजेंट को कि इतना वोट पड़ा, और सब पोलिंग एजेंट उस फॉर्म पे साइन करते हैं। अगर सब पोलिंग एजेंट उसका फोटोकॉपी ले और सेम इलेक्शन कमीशन में वो फॉर्म 17 जाता है, अगर वो टैली नहीं करता है, इसका मतलब ये है कि कहीं ना कहीं गड़बड़ है। तो फॉर्म 17 पे ध्यान दीजिए और फॉर्म 17 का डाटा जरूर कलेक्ट करिए। आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे मेहमानों का। हम फिर मिलेंगे नए राज्य के साथ, नए विश्लेषण के साथ। तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, खुदा हाफिज।